Hey cat lovers, and welcome back to another video. Halloween is just around the corner, and with it comes iconic images of pumpkins, ghosts, and of course, black cats. October has been designated as Black Cat Awareness Month, but not just because black cats are associated with Halloween. As you'll soon learn, our dark-colored feline friends need extra awareness during this season. If you enjoy this kind of content, subscribe to the channel for more cat videos. Now let's discuss the purpose and origins of Black Cat Awareness Month, why it is necessary, and what you can do to support black cats this October. Why do black cats need an awareness month? Black cats have faced years of stigma and superstition that left them labeled as unlucky, bad omens, and evil. It is thought that the belief that black cats are bad luck became widespread around the 13th century. However, the association with black cats and magic predates that by centuries. The ancient Egyptians had a unique relationship with cats, as they heavily associated them with deities and mythology. The ancient Egyptian goddess of magic, Hecate, was said to have a cat as a pet and familiar. A familiar is a term that is commonly associated with cats, as it is a witch's spiritual guardian or helper. Familiars are said to often take the form of a cat. The ancient Egyptians also worshipped a deity named Bastet, the goddess of protection and good health. Bastet is almost always depicted as a humanoid black cat. Therefore, it is safe to say that black cats were revered by the ancient Egyptians as symbols of health, good fortune, and magic. While it may seem like a foreign concept now, seeing a black cat was a good omen, not a bad one. So, what happened? How did black cats get a bad reputation? It seems that black cats weren't associated with evil until the Middle Ages. This may be because cats are nocturnal and witches' familiars were commonly thought to be cats. Black cats became a scapegoat and were even declared incarnations of Satan in a decree issued by Pope Gregory IX in 1233. After that, black cats were never able to escape the suspicions that they were evil. When the infamous witch craze spread like wildfire around Europe, everything associated with witchcraft was purged. Unfortunately, this often included black cats. A publication called Malleus Maleficarum gained popularity for its extreme methods on how to identify and hunt suspected witches. Women suspected of being witches were brutally tortured, burned, drowned, or hanged. Women who did not comply with traditional societal structures or roles were more likely to be targeted. For example, women who chose not to marry or who were widows were often labeled as witches for their societal digressions. It is thought that around 80,000 people were put to death in Europe between 1500 and 1660 for suspected witchcraft. This mania surrounding witchcraft spread to the United States in the late 1600s. The most famous example of this is the Salem witch trials, which occurred in 1692 in Salem, Massachusetts. During these infamous trials, 150 people were accused of witchcraft and underwent brutal interrogation. 18 people were put to death. This brief history of the witchcraft frenzy and subsequent witch trials is necessary context to understand why black cats experience such prejudice. Black cat bias. Though centuries have passed since the medieval witch craze, black cats have not been able to shake their reputation as unlucky. It remains a common superstition that a black cat crossing your path is a bad omen. Many people avoid black cats as a result. While it may seem like just a silly superstition, it has real-world implications that affect black cats negatively. Black cats are less likely to be adopted than any other coat color. A study analyzed nearly 8,000 cats from a Kentucky shelter and found that black cats had the lowest adoption rate of any color at just 10%. Meanwhile, 18.8% of white cats were adopted. Even worse, they are more likely to be euthanized. This phenomenon is known as black cat bias. Researchers have also found that people tend to perceive black cats as more aggressive and less friendly than cats of other coat colors. Additionally, more superstitious people tend to find black cats less desirable. Basically, the more superstitious someone is, the more likely they are to view black cats as off-putting and undesirable. This is almost certainly rooted in the intertwined history of black cats and witchcraft. While it may seem like the Middle Ages were a completely different time, some of its cultural phenomenon have lasted into the present. Black cats are still heavily associated with witches today, especially in pop culture. Salem from Sabrina the Teenage Witch and Binks from Hocus Pocus are two of the most well-known black cats in pop culture, and both are the sidekicks of a witch. While Salem and Binks are beloved by most, the lingering association of black cats with witchcraft is undeniable. Though the tides have begun to turn for black cats, many people still consider them bad omens. Therefore, black cat bias is still very relevant, making Black Cat Awareness Month much needed. How did October become Black Cat Awareness Month? To counter the negative beliefs and superstitions surrounding black cats, October has been dubbed Black Cat Awareness Month. It aims to celebrate black cats and amplify awareness about the prejudice they face. As mentioned, black cats are unfortunately often overlooked in shelters, and they tend to be picked last by adopters. By dubbing October as Black Cat Awareness Month, shelters seek to promote their black cats and hopefully increase their rates of adoption. October is a fitting choice for black cats, seeing their deep-rooted association with magic and Halloween. Rather than trying to erase black cats' history, supporters and proponents of Black Cat Awareness Month aim to change how it is perceived. October is when the spotlight naturally finds black cats, so why not use that extra attention for good? Black Cat Awareness Month is credited to Layla Morgan Wild. Previously, there was only one day a year in the United States dedicated to black cats. October 27th is National Black Cat Day. Wild thought that, given black cats' tumultuous history and past persecutions, they should be celebrated for more than just one day per year. As such, Black Cat Awareness Month began. What can you do to support black cats this October? Every October is Black Cat Awareness Month, and there's a lot that you can do to celebrate. With that said, here are some ideas for you to support black cats. Number 1. Spread the word. Most people are unaware that October is Black Cat Awareness Month. While there are lots of black cat supporters out there, few know that there is a designated time to celebrate our dark feline friends. Tell others that October is Black Cat Awareness Month and teach them about the tragic history of black cats. While most people know about the superstitions and myths that surround black cats, they don't know how much they negatively affect black cats or even where they come from. The more people that know about Black Cat Awareness Month and that are aware of the danger that black cats face, the better off black cats will be in the future. Number 2. Volunteer at your local shelter. If you have an interest in animals, try volunteering at an animal shelter. Shelters often need support, so reach out to see if they are accepting volunteers. This way you can help all kinds of cats alongside black cats. Volunteering at your local shelter is a great way to get involved in your community, contribute to a great cause, and support animals in need of forever homes. October in particular is a great time to get involved, as it can be a hard time of year for black cats. The superstitions and fears around black cats tend to become more heightened around Halloween, so there is some anecdotal evidence to suggest black cats are treated worse during the spooky season. As a bonus suggestion, if you feel like your home and schedule are suited for it, consider becoming a foster home for cats. If you think fostering is right for you, your local shelter will guide you through the process. Number 3. Change the narrative. Share the history and origins of black cat myths with your friends and families, and be sure to emphasize that there is no truth behind the superstitions. Remind them that societal perceptions of black cats have changed drastically throughout human history. It is important to understand that these superstitions have no basis in reality. What people 1,000 years ago thought about something may be completely different from what people think about the same thing today. Regardless of how black cats have been viewed throughout history, the fact remains that they have been loyal companions to humans for thousands of years. People tend to be more understanding when they see the whole picture. Encourage those with superstitions to consider the negative ramifications their beliefs can have on black cats. Since black cats have had a rough time throughout the last few centuries, it is important to recognize and rectify their reputations. Number 4. Adopt a black cat. One of the greatest things you can do to celebrate Black Cat Awareness Month is to adopt a black cat. As we've discussed, black cats are often adopted less than cats with different colored coats. As a result, black cats often stay in shelters for longer periods than other cats. In Colorado, a study of shelters showed that while cats with different colored coats stayed in shelters for an average of 20 days, black cats stayed for an average of 26. So if you are planning on adopting a cat, consider a black one. Of course, it is important to think carefully about such a big decision before going through with it. After all, adoption is for life. Unfortunately, some people adopt black cats on a whim around Halloween as a way of being festive. Then, when Halloween comes and goes, many black cats are returned to shelters, so make sure you are fully prepared and completely committed to be a cat owner before adopting. But if you've decided you are ready to bring a furry friend into your life, there are likely plenty to choose from. Number 5. Donate. Another great way to support black cats is to donate to organizations that help them. Keep in mind that while money is always appreciated, it isn't the only way to help. Many animal shelters are frequently in need of supplies, such as food, blankets, and cleaning products. So if you have any extra items to donate, see if your local shelter is interested. Speaking of donations, we'd like to give a shout out to Black Cat Holistic Rescue in Los Angeles. This pawsome nonprofit rescue specializes in saving black cats and kittens from the street and high-kill shelters by fostering and finding them forever homes. To help, we've attached a donate button to this video. 100% of the money raised will go to Black Cat Holistic Rescue. You heard that right, not even YouTube takes a cut. We'll also have this rescue's website linked in the description box below. Now it's time for Cat of the Week. This video's cat of the week is Ivan. His guardian says, Ivan is my precious little adopted boy cat. He has 6 adopted brothers and 2 adopted sisters. He is notoriously mischievous. He likes to jump on the broom when I am using it, punch holes in the filled litter bag, and open cupboard doors. He also likes to jump on packing paper and slide down the hall on it. First time I saw him sleeping the way he does, I thought he was broken. Ivan is always the life of the party. Congratulations, Ivan. Keep being pawsome. To enter your cat for a chance to be featured, visit the entry link in the description box below. As always, we would love to hear your thoughts in the comments section. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up because it helps other cat lovers find our content. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next Catterday for another video.